Hello ladies and gentlemen, in this video we are going to cover the current affairs. Now, because of this coronavirus outbreak, most of the events such as conference, summit, sports events have been postponed and therefore less number of questions will be provided instead of 20. Now for regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. The name of Telegram channel is GKToday YouTube and this is the link. You can directly search it by the name or by link. Who is the head of high-level committee of medical experts constituted by the Government of India for prevention and control of COVID-19? So, right answer is Dr. V.K. Paul. Now, COVID-19 is the name of disease caused by coronavirus, and the outbreak of this disease started in Wuhan in China, and the official name was given by WHO. If we talk about Dr. Paul, he is the member of Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog is an executive body. Prime Minister is the ex officio chairperson of Niti Aayog. So this high-level committee will have 21 members. It is important to note that Preeti Sudan and DG of ICMR are the co-chairperson of this committee. ICMR stands for Indian Council of Medical Research. Now, if we talk about coronavirus, recently Reliance set up India's first dedicated hospital for COVID-19. What is the theme of World Water Day that is observed around the world? Right answer is water and climate change. So every year on 22nd of March, World Water Day is observed since 1993. And the theme of this year was water and climate change. Lok Sabha has passed the Finance Bill by voice vote. Which article of the Indian Constitution define the Money Bill? Right answer is Article 110. So Money Bill is a type of finance bill and it is defined in the Article 110 of Indian Constitution. Money Bill is certified by Speaker. It should be noted that a finance bill is introduced every year to give effect to the financial proposals of government. And recently it was in news because Lok Sabha has passed the finance bill by a voice vote without any discussion. Which organization announced on World Water Day that between 3.5 billion and 4.4 billion people in world will live with limited access to water? Right answer is United Nations. So on World Water Day, UN Secretary General Mr. Antonio Guterres warned that between 3.5 and 4.4 billion people in the world will live with limited access to water. Now, if we talk about UN, it is United Nations and it was founded in 1945. The headquarters of UN is in New York in USA and Mr. Antonio Guterres is the Secretary General of United Nations. The official languages of United Nations are 6 and these are Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russian and Spanish. Which rating agency has estimated the cost of COVID-19 outbreak for 14 Asia-Pacific countries at $620 billion? Right answer is S&P Ratings. So S&P estimated the cost of COVID-19 outbreak. It is important to note that the rating agency did not provide a country-wise breakup. Now, it should be noted that keeping this COVID-19 in mind, an economic response task force was announced and this task force is going to be headed by Finance Minister. Apart from that, recently RBI decided to inject rupee 10,000 crores liquidity in market to provide a boost. In addition to that, recently Prime Minister Mr. Modi announced rupee 15,000 crores to improve the healthcare infrastructure in the backdrop of this COVID-19 outbreak. Which state commemorates the Shahidi Divas, that is Martyrs Day, on 23rd of March as Youth Empowerment Day? Right answer is Punjab. So 23rd of March is important for us as 3 young freedom fighters, Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru, were hanged on this date. And that is why we observe Martyrs Day on this specific date. Please note that the death anniversary of Gandhiji, that is 30th of January, is also observed as Martyrs Day in our country. So right answer is Punjab. Now Punjab was also in news as recently Punjab launched Koa Punjab app to spread information about this coronavirus outbreak. Apart from that, Punjab was also in news as it imposed curfew in the state to spread the outbreak, and therefore it became the first state in our country to do so. Now, I have already uploaded a video explaining the difference between curfew and section 144. You can watch that. The outbreak of coronavirus started from Wuhan in China, and in India, the first case was found in Kerala. And Kerala was also in news as recently it decided to ban CFL and filament bulbs. Apart from that, recently India's first LNG bus service was started in Kerala in Kochi, which Saarc member country has committed $5 million to the COVID-19 Saarc emergency fund. Right answer is Sri Lanka. So this Saarc emergency fund was proposed by our Prime Minister Mr. Modi. Saarc stands for South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. The members are MBBS Spain, that is Maldives, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Afghanistan, India and Nepal. Now the secretariat of Saarc is in Kathmandu in Nepal. Now coming back to Sri Lanka, the president of Sri Lanka is Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa. It should be noted that India made an initial contribution of $10 million to this Saarc emergency fund for COVID-19. Now Sri Lanka was also in news as recently Mr. Gopal Wagle was appointed as India's ambassador to Sri Lanka. Previous Indian ambassador to Sri Lanka was Mr. Taranjit Singh Sandhu. Now Sri Lanka was also in news as Mr. Gopal Wagle was appointed as India's High Commissioner to Sri Lanka. Previous High Commissioner to Sri Lanka was Mr. Taranjit Singh Sandhu, who has now been appointed as the India's ambassador to USA. Previous Indian ambassador to USA was Mr. Harshvardhan Sringla. The birth anniversary of one of the founders of Congress Socialist Party was recently observed on 23rd of March. What is the name of that leader? Right answer is Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia, and he was one of the founders of CSP, that is Congress Socialist Party. He was the editor of Congress Socialist Journal. Which Indian city has deployed drones to sanitize the area against coronavirus outbreak by sprinkling chemicals? So right answer is Indore. So Indore is the first city in our country to do so. Indore is in Madhya Pradesh. And recently Indore was in news as it was connected to Kishangarh under Udan scheme. Udan stands for Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. Kishangarh is in Rajasthan. Now Udan is a scheme of Ministry of Civil Aviation. Present Minister is Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri. MP, that is Madhya Pradesh, was also in news as recently India's first e-waste clinic was set up in Madhya Pradesh in Bhopal, and it is a collaboration between Bhopal Municipal Corporation and CPCB. CPCB stands for Central Pollution Control Board. What is the theme of World Meteorological Day that was celebrated across the world? Right answer is climate and water. So every year World Meteorological Day is observed on 23rd of March, and the theme of this year was climate and water. It is celebrated to commemorate the inception of convention which established WMO, that is World Meteorological Organization. The headquarters of WMO is in Geneva in Switzerland, and WMO in association with UNEP founded IPCC. IPCC stands for Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. So this was founded in 1988, I think. I'm not sure about the year. Now UNEP stands for United Nations Environment Program, and the headquarters of UNEP is in Nairobi in Kenya. And recently Kenya was in news as the longest serving president of Kenya, Mr. Daniel Arap Moi, passed away. SDMC recently launched a website for information related to COVID-19. Now the question is, SDMC is a disaster management agency of which bloc? Right answer is Saarc. So SDMC stands for Saarc Disaster Management Center, and it has recently launched a website. Apart from that, recently Microsoft also launched a website to show the number of cases all over the world in the context of COVID-19. Which country has been confirmed as the first co-chair of Governing Council of CDRI, which is led by India? CDRI stands for Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. So right answer is UK. So UK has been confirmed as the first co-chair of this Governing Council of CDRI, and Governing Council is the highest policy making body of CDRI. It should be noted that the CDRI was proposed by Prime Minister Modi. He announced this global coalition at UN Climate Action Summit of 2019, and this summit held in New York. It is a group which links organizations, governments, and UN agencies to fight the climate change and disaster management. It is a voluntary group which links government, UN agencies, and other members in the field of climate change and disaster management. Now, if we talk about UK, it was also in news because of Brexit. Apart from that, recently Mr. Rishi Sunak became the new Finance Minister of UK. Which Indian bank has launched an emergency credit line to meet liquidity mismatch amid the coronavirus outbreak? Right answer is State Bank of India. So SBI has recently unveiled an emergency credit line to meet the liquidity mismatch for its borrowers, and the name of this facility is CECL, that is COVID-19 Emergency Credit Line. So this will provide credit up to 200 crore rupees. So this loan facility will be available till 30th of June, and the loan will be offered at an interest rate of 7.25% with a tenure of 12 months. Which is the first country to withdraw from Tokyo Olympics over the issues of coronavirus? Right answer is Canada. So Canada is first country to announce withdrawal from Tokyo Olympics because of coronavirus. Now, if we talk about Tokyo, it is in Japan, and Japan is going to be the host of 2020 Summer Olympic Games. On the other hand, France is going to be the host of 2024 Summer Olympic Games, and China is going to be the host of 2022 Winter Olympic Games. On the other hand, Italy is the host of 2026 Winter Olympic Games. Now, Japan was also in news as India and Japan are going to collaborate for Purvodaya Mission, and it is a scheme to develop the steel sector in eastern India. Japan was also in news as recently Saudi Arabia took over G20 presidency from Japan. So the last G20 summit held in Japan, and this year Saudi Arabia is going to be the host of G20 summit. Saudi Arabia was also in news as recently it became a full-fledged member of FATF. FATF stands for Financial Action Task Force, and Saudi Arabia is the first Arab nation to be the full-fledged member of FATF. The headquarters of FATF is in France, and France was the host of last year G7 summit. This year, USA is going to be the host of this summit. World TB Day is celebrated to commemorate the anniversary of discovery of TB bacteria by which scientist? Right answer is Robert Koch, and World TB Day is observed on 24th of March. So these were the important questions of today's quiz, and that's all for the day.